So the story what I was talking about, it's so basically yesterday Colombia refused to receive an airplane deporting illegal immigrants from Colombia. And so President Trump sanctioned Colombia like brutally. The president of Colombia just caved in, and he said, I will basically send my own airplane to bring these illegal immigrants. So it was funny. Watch this video about it.
So Colombia quickly caved into pressure from the White House after tariff threats from President Trump, saying we'll start accepting deportation flights from the U.S.
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us right now. Peter, people watch this play out in real time. The president put something out on X and Truth Social. Next thing you know, the president of Colombia said, okay, I was just kidding.
And we'd been tracking possible tariffs as early as next week on Mexico and on Canada. We hadn't heard anything about tariffs on Colombia until the Colombian government turned back 2 U.S. military planes full of Colombian nationals who had entered this country illegally. They were being deported.
So basically all the people on that plane were Colombians. So it's kind of illogical for the Colombian government to refuse to receive them. That was weird.
President Trump caught wind of this. He threatened a 25% tariff that would go up to 50% after a week on imports from Colombia. And that was just too much for the Colombians. The foreign ministry in Bogota now telling us Colombia, under the direction of President Gustavo Petro, has the presidential plane ready to facilitate the return of compatriots who were to arrive in the country today in the morning on deportation flights. And so within an hour or so, the White House put their threat on hold. Caroline Leavitt, the new press secretary.
That's actually crazy. So after all this folded out, the President Trump actually posted this. I found it somewhere on Twitter. He actually posted it to his Truth Social, but I'm not on Truth Social, so I saw it on Twitter, and he actually posted this photo. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's FAFO. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, it's crazy. A country that does not want its own people. Yeah. So as I was saying, this is the photo, and it's actually so crazy. Like what he posted this photo, like it's mafia. Right now, the US is like a mafia. Everyone is scared of it. So it's actually so cool.
The fully drafted IEEPA tariffs and sanctions will be held in reserve and not signed unless Colombia fails to honor this agreement. The visa sanctions issued by the State Department and enhanced inspections from customs will remain in effect until the first plane load of Colombian deportees is successfully returned. And this could have been a pretty impactful trade war because the number one import from Colombia to the United States is coffee. But the number 3 Colombian export to the U.S., something that people would probably notice ahead of Valentine's Day, cut flowers. Back to you.
And Peter, to the point about, we're in a fight with Colombia, there goes the price of coffee. When people heard Donald Trump say, there's going to be a tariff against Mexico, people were saying in the mainstream media and on social media, talking about how, are you kidding? The price of avocados is going to go up just at the Super Bowl. That's when we buy all the avocados.
Yes, and if you buy some avocados now, chances are they will still be ripe for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. But it's something that we have not seen from President Trump, where he was talking about tariffs basically as economic policy, as a way to get the United States more competitive with the rest of the world that he thinks is ripping the United States off. This would be a retaliatory tariff that I can pretty much guarantee the Trump people yesterday were not even tracking these tariffs on Colombia. It's something that he heard about and is trying to use the power that he has as president to essentially get people to take these deportees back.
Right. He's 5 steps ahead of everybody, from the flights out to the countries that are getting them. Thanks, Peter. The other thing is about avocados. You can just cut out the bruised part, number one. Number two, the nation should go hummus.
Yeah,
as a country, we have to make that decision.
We can do both. We can do both.
You can do both?
Guacamole. Wait, on Super Bowl, you're going to have hummus?
Right, because it's
What's the matter with you?
It doesn't break the chip. Like you have chips with that much of a spine, they break, and then you just stare at the broken chip in the hummus.
That's
okay. It's not hitting. He's trying to tell a joke, but it's not hitting at all. So that's that regarding news. And actually, JD Vance had a great interview with, I think, Meet the Press. It was a good interview.